I didn't intend to do an art stream today. I really did not. So I'm like, oh god, what do I draw? What do I draw? I think, you know what? You know what? I think something that would be really fun. Why not? Emergency art stream. Why not draw a fun new outfits in honor of what I was supposed to be doing? Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let me see, is the audio okay? Audio's okay. Okay. Sorry for being so frazzled. I am losing my mind here. Things don't always work out, but I'm here. I am back. I guess, thinking on the spot, style savvy, you draw every frame. That would be really funny. I have never animated in my life. I've never animated in my life. That would actually be really, really fun. Although I am thinking sort of like style savvy inspiration. My favorite style in Style Savvy is actually the princess style. In real life, it is Sweet Lolita, and I'm a huge fan of it. I've been a huge fan of it for years, and I think in honor of that, that's what I will draw. That's what I will draw, and then I gotta make the most out of it. You know. I always put my sketch layers. I think today I always put my sketch layers as a color so I can see it's a sketch layer. It's just something I insist upon. But I could also do that. It's if you would like, I could also do that. That would be a separate. I do have a couple outfits I've been thinking of in mind. Specifically, I had a sort of like PJ outfit in mind, so I can also do that. I can also absolutely do that. The anatomy is not going to be the best because I am not that great at it, and also because I'm thinking like paper doll sort of. It just needs to be there to design an outfit, you know. I'm really frazzled. I'm like, this was not the plan, but we're here, and so designing nice outfits it is. I'm hoping I can come up with something good, with something great. What I was going to say, and I was waiting till the gameplay, which never fucking came. Actually, in Style Savvy, I used to work in customer service, right, in retail. I would literally show customers around the store the exact same hand motions that I learned from Style Savvy as a kid, and it was kind of embarrassing. Like, technically, who's gonna know? No one's gonna know. But I knew, and to me, that was the greatest embarrassment. Nothing about this is right, but it's a sketch. We'll get it sorted. I was not intending on this is wow, that's Skinny Legend. Not what that's supposed to be. The one waving animation they do. Yes. Honestly, I mean, I wave like a menace. I finally found how I wave in real life representation, and it is like the greets cutely quirk in Tomodachi Life. In the new one, I do that. I saw that, and I'm like, oh my god, that's what I do in real life. Okay, I'm gonna start over. This is not working out, but if I am a little frazzled right now and then I gradually get better as time goes on, that's how it's gonna happen. That's how it's gotta be. Probably how it's gonna happen, but I admittedly I do not adjust well to change of plans. It is a little bit of a weakness of mine, but it is something I'm working on. But at the same time, it's difficult. Progress is not made in a day. Progress is never made in a day. So, I feel like I've been getting better though at sort of like, oh yeah, things didn't go well. That's okay. I'm gonna work on it. I can do something else. Like, this is actually incredible for me that I'm not like, oh no, my plans are ruined. My plans are ruined. But that's my first thought is Sweet Lolita for princess outfits for my favorite category. To be honest, if you've gone to Canadian conventions, it is not impossible that you've street passed with me in that exact game. It's not impossible. It's not likely, but it's not impossible. But what I feel like proportions are always like my nightmare, but it's like, God, I gotta have some semblance of proportions before I can go on and I can go on and like do my little thing. Oh God, it wants to. Here we go. So saved. There we go. I'm actually one thing I'm really happy, excited about like character creators, because even yesterday I did a lot of video editing, and then when I was done, it's like, okay, I want to do more, but I need to rest, or like things are not gonna go well. I'm gonna like lose my energy in the past couple days if I do not have at least some time to kind of rest, chill a little bit. And so that's what I did. And when I was sort of editing some mods, downloading some new DLCs for Custom Made Order 3D2. They have a photo booth now. It's actually really hype. There's not much to it. It's mostly just like plot reasons, story, but it's adorable, and I love it. So I was updating that, and I found out that they're gonna have a new game in August, and I'm like, oh my god. Because like good character creators on its own are kind of a rarity, so finding someone that does a character creator like amazingly well is like, I love it, my beloved. And past that even, finding someone who does that and still has decent gameplay should not be as difficult as it is to find, but I found that with their games, and it's like, okay, I'm actually so excited. I've seen some like screenshots, some supposed descriptions of its gameplay. I'm crazy excited for that. I'm crazy excited for that because I love a good character creator. I've always I just love it. I'm obsessed with it. This is my if you're ever wondering why do I not draw full body, at least not on stream? Why is it like emotes and stuff usually? As you can see, do I have a good sense of anatomy? Not at all. We're winging it. We are absolutely winging this, and it can I just want to get a little sketch so I can start drawing the outfit. But in order to draw the outfit, it's like, God, this anatomy needs to be at least exist. But also, I feel like fashion sketches, you can get away with a lot more. This is I do all my art myself, and if there's anything that you don't like about it, it is probably because I am still learning. But okay, I've got that. Hands are a nightmare. I've been trying, but this is actually one metric that I use when I post stream clips. If I'm like watching a part of the VOD and I'm like, God, that's embarrassing as fuck, I post it, because that means it's probably funny. And so like at this point, I'm just kind of used to it. But also at the same time, I am still a little like, oh God, this is embarrassing to see me fuck up a hand really badly. But also, as if I did not just fuck up the entire stream. I love when... Hi, how are we doing? I'm doing good. I hope y'all are doing good. I love when fashion sketches are very stylized and how that thing can add to this character vibe of the sketch piece. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, absolutely. I've seen a couple where it's like, I've seen some before where the sketch is kind of like, it definitely, like, when it has its own style, that is definitely fun. Like, I get you on that. God, I'm like frazzled. I'm like so frazzled. Okay, I have a semblance of what the body will look like. Is that correct at all? No. Why is the crotch at the belly button? Many such things. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. It's tolerable, it's okay, it's what we're working with, this is what we're working with. I'm gonna increase the size a little bit to make it, not like that, not like that. Here we go. Gotta make sure you hold shift, just so everything fits in place nicely. There we go, there we go. And let me actually just duplicate that. And so potentially, it would be really fun to draw multiple outfits. You know, how many outfits am I gonna do? How much can we just keep going? You know, I might have some outfits that will genuinely get used, and some of them are just for fun. But in any case, I hope it will be good. Oh my god, I'm gonna take a sip of my tea, and it is going to unscramble me, hopefully, fingers crossed. The amount of times I've spilt tea on my setup while drinking a sip on stream, it's actually kind of embarrassing. Guess who just got tea on my drawing tablet again? Welcome to the most scuffed stream I've actually ever done. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. A little late to be saying that, but I'm happy. I'm happy things are going well. It adds flavor. True. I will admit, normally, if you wanted to know the kind of tea, not that it matters, it's just something I say. I don't know. Fun fact, it was bought from like a discount store when I was 14. I'm 21. I don't know what flavor it is. I don't even know if it's green tea or black tea. I just know it's some sort of fruit. And to be honest with you, I can't taste what kind it is. On one hand, it's tea, right? And like, does tea expire? Technically, but a lot of the like, after the best before date, a lot of what happens to tea is that it sort of loses its flavor compounds, which could explain why I cannot taste what sort of fruit this is supposed to be. It's just vaguely some sort of beverage. However, in my mind, it lasts forever. It lasts for ancient tea. Yeah, absolutely. I've seen stories on Reddit of like people having like, hey, I have this 70-year-old tea. Should I still drink it? And like, if the tea's been around for 70 years, that's probably like, maybe reconsider that one. But in most cases, you'll be absolutely fine, I think. I mean, I definitely still have a couple teas from when I was 14, started drinking tea, and I haven't died yet. Will I? That's a great question. Last stream I actually had to end it a little bit early because I decided I would dub it the tea that kills you. Because I had a sip, I had a coughing fit, and then my throat was so fucked. And because I was playing a game that I was narrating, I was like, okay, I'm like actually struggling to speak. I cannot do this. I was so disappointed. I wanted to go on for so much longer. But that was bought like 3 months ago. That was just bitter. So, it depends. It depends. I have consumed the tea that kills you recently. Yeah. I mean, you never know. You never know. But I have been drinking tea for over 7 years, and a lot of it has been older than I would like to because I forgot it existed and that I own it. So, you're at my house. You want some tea? If it's milk tea, you're probably good. If it's not milk tea, you might want to question me, like, hey man, when do you buy this? And if I'm like, if I have to have a good think, you might not want to drink it. Or do. In my opinion, it doesn't expire, but I mean, I've expired mustard in my fridge and I still use it. And it expired, I think we're close to a year on that, and I still use it, so. When COVID hit, my family was getting food from the food bank, because like my family was having like we couldn't just go out because we had someone that was immunocompromised, so we couldn't like go out to buy groceries, and having it ordered was costing too much. And like the food bank stepped in. They're like, hey man, y'all can't afford food right now. Hey man, we got you. We fucking got you. And so I've had a lot of things that I never would have. There's a lot of foods I associate as sort of food bank food because of that. But at the same time, I feel like it's also like that food it's expired, but like it's still good. It's still good, which in most cases it is. Sometimes it feels a little risky, but you know, in most cases, the best before date on your food, in most cases it lasts longer. I would say if it is meat or if it is most dairy, cheese is fine. Cheese a lot of the time is fine, but like milk, yogurt, things like that, if you have not frozen it yet before the expiry, chuck it, throw it out. But if it's like, especially like pre-packaged goods, like canned foods, like condiments, most of the time you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. There's nothing to worry about. Oh my god, yes, I was just homeless and I generally grew up with poverty. It's really altered my mindset around most best before dates, especially for prostitute. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry. I hope things are better now. But also, like, yeah, it really does do that for you. Like there's a point where it's like there's a point where even like fresh foods, for some reason, like if my brain tells me you can't eat this, you'll get poisoned, I can't eat it. And thankfully it doesn't happen very often, but there is a point with expired goods where technically it's perfectly safe to eat. However, can I eat it? No, but that's just brainworms. That's just brainworms. I'm good now, which is okay. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Okay. Yeah, I get you. There's a lot of topics where it's like definitely hard to traverse like that because you never know how people are gonna react. But honestly, absolutely, like it does change your perception of how expiry dates are, because a lot of it I grew up with. Like my mom always froze milk. She froze bread. Freezing milk, I will say, I've heard that most of the world has jugs of milk. And so my concern about freezing that milk would be how the jug performs to temperatures. Presumably it should not be an issue, and plus it would take up a lot more space in your freezer. Presumably it shouldn't be an issue, but more so than like freezing the milk, my bigger concern would actually be the jug. But I've never seen a jug of milk in my life, to be honest. A lot of people think it's crazy, but our milk comes in bags, and we just we have a plastic pitcher, and we cut the corner off, and that's our milk. Am I Canadian? Yes, I am Canadian, yes. I gave a little disclaimer for the bagged milk because I feel like the bagged milk always surprises people. I've had so many comments from people online like, what the fuck is that? And it's like, yeah, it's my milk. It's just milk. No, you're good. I'm honestly very amused by people's responses to bagged milk and how it's always quite extreme, because that's just like I've never seen I've probably seen a jug of milk. I did go to the States once a couple of years ago, so I probably saw. Okay, I'm 18 years old. I'm in New York City, and where do I want to go? I'm out visiting a friend, and I decide, hey man, can you find a grocery store? I really want to go to a grocery store. And I'm having the time of my life in there because there's so much that we do not have that I was like, whoa. Even like changes in brands was like, that's crazy. I've never seen that before. I'm convinced that I've been to every single CVS in the city because I just kept going because I thought it was really cool how the medication names are different. But I feel like on a first date I could literally be taken to a grocery store, and if it's a grocery store I've never been to before, that's a good place to take me. I would be having the time of my life. I mean, bag milk isn't the weirdest thing, but like keeping it in the bag, where would I put it? Do you think I buy I buy some Tupperware and it's like Here's my milk Tupperware. Where would I put it? How would I pour it out? We just like snip off the corner and call it a day. I feel like like sometimes you buy a big ass container because it's like, oh yeah, I need somewhere to put my rice in. Because like I'll buy 8 kilos of rice at a time because it doesn't really go bad. So I have a huge ass container. Imagining that for milk feels kind of cursed. Do you guys actually have the unbranded things with the yellow paper black font? No name? Yeah. Yeah, we do. That is no name. It's the discount brand of the largest food company in the country. Yes. Sometimes I would say it is actually kind of funny, but I feel like the images you see online where it's just like apple beverage, I feel like it's more like it's funnier online than it is in person. When it's in person, it's like, oh yeah, I could buy like brand pasta. I could buy this bag that just says pasta on the front and that says pasta in French, and like that's almost all the information on the front of the bag. You have to flip it to the back to see like nutrition info and all that, but the front of the bag is just kind of like pasta, 454 grams, and I mean it says the type of pasta, but is it good or is it like weird and evil? Okay, store brand, it depends on the item. Let me just take another sip. I don't know what. Okay, I don't know why my throat is doing that. Depends on the item. I would say some dupes are fine, most things taste exactly the same. However, there's a lot of things I will not buy from store brand. Just like really specific things where it's like, I've tried this in this ass, like tea, like it's tea in a bag, you're gonna have tea dust regardless, but my bigger concern is the tea dust. Like not the tea dust, my bigger concern is that the bag, I've had bags fall apart on me when it's like store brand. The oddly specific thing that sucks in store brand is Nutri-Grain bars, like the cereal bar, the granola bar. Those are disgusting. Do not buy the store brand. If you think, oh man, I would save so much money, just don't buy them. It's not worth it. You're not going to eat them. They're really bad. However, on the contrary, oddly specific again, but no name, Nature Valley almond bars, their dupe of that, it does not taste like it at all. It tastes entirely different. It's like a different product. However, not only is it like the least similar product I've ever tasted, it's actually better. Because like, you know, you eat a Nature Valley almond bar, it's like, yeah, that's a granola bar of almonds in it. That's like the main flavors you've got. You go to eat the dupe, and let me tell you, it tastes like marshmallows. I don't know why. I have no idea why they made it like that. It doesn't even taste like almonds. I don't know, it's confusing me. Personally, that sounds more helpful, but yes, online having things called beverages is really silly because it feels more proper. Okay, a lot of the why they call things beverages, most of the time it's a legal thing. Like for example, if it is not 100% pure juice and it's like they've concentrate and they've added like water to concentrate because sometimes it's easier for shipping or for things like that. Like sometimes they don't even add anything else. It's literally just like they boil down the juice to make a concentrate. And then once it's boiled down, they add water to it. It's probably like a logistics thing. I've never worked in logistics or anything like that. I've worked in retail only. So this is just a guess. But it is actually a legal thing where you can't say like, you can't say apple juice if it is made by concentrate. It will be apple beverage. So anything like that where it has a really weird name, I bet you the companies would be calling it the actual thing if they could. It is just like there is some legal definition of that item and it doesn't match it at all. That's usually the cause, but it does make just like yellow carton, black font, apple beverage. It makes it a little funny, I will admit. I feel like, do I have no name in my house? Not right now, I don't think. I probably have no name something somewhere. Actually, I do have no name. I have no name cream cheese in my fridge right now. and it's the same stuff. It's just cheaper. Sometimes, apparently, don't trust me on this because I do not have a source. Apparently, sometimes they're actually made in the same factory, and it's just they package it to be cheaper. And it's like, it's kind of like, there's money being saved all around for the store, for the consumer. There's a lot of reasons why they might want to push their product because they don't have to go through another company, so they end up paying less money to the company. And so because they pay less money to the company, they end up making more of a, like, the profit margins are larger on those items because it costs them less per item. And so then they pass it on to the customer when it's store brand, because also most people hate store brands. People also hate generics. People hate generic medication. I don't know why, but that's I feel like once I start going off on things like that, it's kind of like I feel like that's a sign I've spent too long in retail. I spent 3.5 years. I did not want to work that long in retail. It was kind of horrible, but like the job was fine. It's just retail nowadays. The hours are shit. The pay is shit. The customers are shit. The work is actually fine. I was quite good at it. But if I ever go on things like that, it's because unfortunately, I did have a passion for the craft. Aside from the customers part, it was pretty neat. But it is what it is. But yeah, I imagine things in the States would work the same way. But yeah, in general, they are the same. Honestly, you can just try the store brand of anything because it's cheaper, and then if it sucks, just find a way to use it up and never buy that again. Unless you're like desperate and you need it, then you gotta do what you gotta do, you know. Okay. Here we go. That is... I feel like I am focusing on this way too much for sketch, but my sort of process so far recently has been I make things look good when it is still the sketch, and so I don't have to do line art. And it's actually probably been saving me time. It could be taking more time because then you have to clean up the liner, and that's always a nightmare, but it works out. I just realized the earring, I meant to do new outfits. I got so retail brained. I just blanked out and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm gonna leave this on hold for a little... Actually, okay. So, the outfit plans. Yes, outfit plans. I feel like I am not doing the greatest job right now. I apologize. This is definitely one of my weaker streams, but I do not do good with transitions and change. But definitely, Sweet Lolita, like the princess style in Style Savvy, is definitely gonna be the go here. I'm thinking, do I get I could actually have a reference, but then it would take time away from the stream. I could get a reference, actually. I do have my 3DS charged enough for that. That's a great question. Because it was on the charger when I was setting things up. And then I took it off the charger for whatever reason. But I'm kind of wondering, like, do I do that or do I just kind of wing it? I feel like I kind of want to wing it. I'm trying to remember from memory what is it like. If I have any difficulties, I can just grab my 3DS. That's not really a big deal. I've drawn quite a lot of Sweet Lolita in my day, which it's a style I actually do really love, and it came from my love of Style Savvy. Although, as well, if I'm not able to get that working, I might... I'm not gonna make any promises, but I can try other things. One thing I will say is that I do know of some I know there's a couple apps where you can just stream from. You can just stream straight from your 3DS and it will go on your computer. My concern is my Wi-Fi usage on that, but so that will have to be a lot of testing, but can definitely be done. So for the things I do know about Sweet Lolita, the collars are supposed to be more like Peter Pan sort of collars, rather than your straight collar to sort of give it more of the sweet look, Um, so hopefully that works. I think definitely the sort of shirt and then jumper skirt look is what I want to go for today. That helps. I was just now able to find a handful of references from the game itself on Pinterest. That's also a good idea. You know what? Apologies. 30 seconds. This stream's been a mess in itself anyway. I'm gonna grab my 3DS. Look across the... Oh, hell yeah. We have blue light. It's at least 6%. Let's see when we get the game. Go. Probably should turn my mic off for this, but y'all get to hear me scrounge around because I do have noise compression. But does it work very well? Not at all. Not as much as it's supposed to. This is the right game. Okay. I should put this back in the case. I'll do it after. That's okay. When I was in high school, I'm back. Hello, welcome back. Hi Astral. So I wanted to stream Style Savvy. It didn't work. I'd been testing it for like 2 hours and it seemed fine. I started streaming it and it was fucked. So now I have to figure that out. And in the meantime, plan didn't work. So now, drawing stream, I have my actual copy that I ripped the game from on my 3DS right beside me loading. I have my actual copy beside me. It is loading right now as we speak. I feel like I'm gonna switch the stream title in a bit. I'm gonna leave it on in just a moment because I did not realize it would be fucked until after I'd started streaming again and tried it and it was fucked. It is taking a bit to load the game, but I do have that in the background on my end. There we go. Continue. I beat the game. This is like my original OG save file. Oh my god, why does she look like that? Oh, wow. Okay, I'm not gonna show that. You ever open a game? Music is just, thank you so much. Thank you. Here we go. Let me make sure this is working. Okay. Okay, there we go. Is this... Okay, that should be, I hope this is fine. Let me know if it is an issue. It is always my personal nightmare, if I'm being honest. Okay, thank you. This has gotta be... This is single-handedly, the worst I've ever done. It's been a nightmare all the way around, but it's scuffed. It's been scuffed the entire way around. I figured, you know what? I'm just gonna draw some fun little outfits, and I'm gonna see how it goes. I do actually have the outfit I want on the end, which is very nice, so I can actually see what I am doing. And I did say, it's kind of scuffed, but it'll work out, it'll be okay. Now that I know what I'm doing, I'm gonna take that little silhouette, and I'm gonna definitely, if we're talking Sweet Lolita, it definitely has to be more of a cupcake shape, which also hides a lot of the hands, which ends up in my favor. So that is good. That is all I could ever wish for. Will you see the hands again? Yes, yes, because I will have more outfits to design than just this one. But here we go. And then I take a larger brush and just sort of, is this poofy enough? Feels like I might need another petticoat, but you know what? I erased the legs. I think it works out. I think it works out. Anything in Rascal is not drawing hands. Okay. In my defense, I drew the hands. I'm just erasing them now. But also, yeah, hands are every artist's nightmare. And for good reason, they're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. Who invented them? Whoever invented them, I feel like they needed to think of us. They needed to think of us. They needed to think, how are people going to portray this in the future? They didn't. They should have had more consideration. Shaking my head, SMH. Okay, I think, yeah, that is definitely not exactly the shape I want to go for, but it's looking a lot better. It's looking a lot better, actually. If I may say so myself, I can just actually just turn on tab so things look better. There we go. I'm sort of, my favorite dresses in the game are absolutely the card deck ones, so I'm thinking now that I have on my screen, yeah, I kind of want to try recreating that. And, okay, the light is red. How much battery do I have? Great question, no idea. Once the battery's gone, we're back to winging it. We're back to winging it, no reference or anything. Which is how I usually go. I feel like I don't use references as much as I should. I use references a lot for different things if I'm trying to figure things out. But a lot of the time, I feel like a lot of the time I just want to go wild and see, like, even if it's not the best, what can I do with it? What can I do with it? It's definitely not connected. Right. Here we go. Here we go. I haven't drawn an outfit like this in too long. I actually kind of missed it. I used to all the time. Do I want to co-work and draw or play a roguelike? Draw with me. Draw with me. I can't make the decision for you, but I can implement a fun little thing called peer pressure. And my peer pressure senses. You should draw with me. You should draw with me. We could do it together. We could do it together. But either way, whatever you choose, I hope that it's fun. I hope that it is fun. Okay, I'm looking at this. I'm looking right now at my reference, like, oh god, what am I gonna... Yay! Yay! Peer pressure wins. It wins. I feel like a lot of the time peer pressure is put into things like, oh yeah, do drugs. And am I gonna say that? No. However, sometimes, what I will say, sometimes you can use it for good. You can use it for good sometimes, and I think this is a little speck of good. Probably just gonna doodle. I have no energy. Yeah, fair enough. Thank you for stopping by. I hope your energy picks up soon. I hope things get better. I feel like I've been a frazzled mess all stream. This is not my best. It's not my best work in any sense of the word, but I'm still here. I'm still vibing. I really thought I would unfrazzle myself, and it's been taking too long, but that is a skill I must acquire. Okay, that's actually the best I've done it. That's actually kind of cute. I think. I wonder, like, let me actually just... Things are... What did I just press? I have no more reference. I've pressed things beyond my wildest imagination. There we go. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Come on, this past weekend. Oh my god! You're back from the con. Wait, it's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Okay. Oh my god, I'm sorry about your kneecaps, but that's super exciting. Oh my god, I'm so glad you had fun. That's so hype. I'm happy for you. I'm really, really happy for you. I really am. I hope that doesn't mess anything up. since, let me just change the name of the chat again. When I post the VOD, editing's gonna go like crazy. Because this is really something. Here we go. Here we go. I have fixed my... Took my new... Oh my god, who'd you cosplay this time? That's so fun. That's so fun. Bought so many... I'm not gonna lie to you. I read cosplay, and then I read pins, and I'm like, oh yeah, definitely that would take a lot of safety pins. I may be stupid. Marin from... Oh my god. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my god, if you have any pictures, I'm so excited to see after, actually. I am so excited to see. Oh my god, oh my god. That's so exciting. Whoa, whoa. I'm going to... Yes. Okay, I will definitely be checking that out. Oh my god, oh my god. Hopefully soon. A little fun, a bit of information. So Discord has had auto updating for years. No longer, or not no longer. No longer does it not have it, because when they added auto updating, it was for Linux, or it was for Windows, it was for Mac. It's not for Linux. We've not had it for years, since the beginning of time. They finally implemented auto updating. And when you don't have auto updating, let me tell you, it forces you to download the new version. So I actually could not update the app until I updated. Finally updated. It doesn't work. I've tried using the tarball. I have tried downloading from the Arch Linux repository. I have tried going through my files, doing that, uninstalling, reinstalling. I don't have access to the app right now, probably not until the next update. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. So in theory, they have auto-updating. In actuality, if it doesn't work, if it doesn't update, can you really say that they had auto-updating? I think not. I really think not. I cannot just choose for the life of me, but in any case, let me attempt to. It's something I'm trying to get better at with practice, but like at the same time, I also have literally no idea. I did say that next stream I would try to find a way to like have it, have the full thing on screen while I draw, so I don't have to feel bad about like zooming in all the time. But this was not a planned art stream. I feel like it's difficult because I want to have games where it's like, if I'm having any sort of technical issues where it's like, okay, this is so bad that I need to switch to something else, I can do that. But in order for that, you need to have reliable games you can switch to when you're having technical issues. In order for that, you need to find games that work. See, that's kind of the catch-22. My Discord's been broken, but if I search it in the Windows menu, open as administrator, it'll open and work. You know what? Technically, that is definitely not going to fix the issue, but honestly, fuck, it's something to try. It's something to try. I've tried opening it in the command line, and the issue is, it's not, I don't think it's finding the new things they added, and like, it kind of loads for a little bit, and then it crashes automatically. It's been driving me insane, but also I've been using browser. It just sucks for account switching. It sucks for account switching, which is what I would have to do to get on my VTuber account, but it's been working out. I actually do not have a login on my... I have not logged in on my phone on that account. I should, but have I? No. It's kind of a desktop-only kind of thing. Keeps me on track. Shoes do suck to draw. That is true. That is absolutely true. I feel like I'm learning very slowly how to get that done, but it's taking a while. Yeah, so this is kind of I do actually have a reference on the side, and it is the game I wanted to play. It is the exact game I wanted to play, just on my actual 3DS this time. Just kind of chilling here in the background. I think you came in right as I was like across the room trying to grab that. But it is how it is. If anything, this is fun. I hope it's fun for you as well. But also I usually just kind of cap it to like, I don't know, like here, and then here, and then above is usually what I do. So it helps a lot. It helps a lot when I do that. Because it's also like then I don't have to draw the things I'm the worst at, but then you don't end up drawing them. Usually, most of my full body art that I do is when I am drawing new outfits anyway, and that is always, I never intend for like full body outfits to have the best anatomy, because the point there is that I am drawing a new outfit. This is sort of an honorary, I guess like memorial for what I wish to play, and then after my memorial, I do have an actual outfit that I've been thinking of and I have not gone around to. How does this work? Okay. I hope if you have ever played a Style Savvy game, I hope that this is familiar to you. These little shoes, because they're so good. I could do bags, but then I would have to figure out how to draw hands. And see, that's the hard part. That's the hard part. And then I have less time to spend on making cool outfits. That's the dream. I feel like in order, like, I should probably go with blue, despite everything. Because I'm sort of thinking about colors now, because it can be any colors. Some colors are more standards than others in real life. I should do blue just because it fits. Just because it fits with the everything. But the pink here is kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Pink, like, girly games. Because it is a nice color. This magenta I've chosen is not my favorite. I feel like light pinks are more so nice to me. But if I have this, it's like a visual representation of, oh, that is my sketch layer. And that works. I feel like I could just put it on the correct color from the get-go, but if you have to do something that feels weird but it works, then you do the thing. My 3DS is flashing. So, I will have a reference for a little bit, and then no longer. This is actually the same 3DS. I got this 3DS in middle school, and I still have it nowadays. It has been through hell and back. I absolutely love the thing. While I'm here, I'm gonna make sure that I've got the kind of look of what I want. Here we go. I think. I've always really loved this one in particular, but all of them are actually quite nice. And then it's like card suits. And it looks quite nice. It's like, oh my god, card suits, that totally fits my, I feel like you could put an arrow to me, and you could say, recovering spider solitaire addict, and you would not be wrong. I've played an excessive amount of spider solitaire, it's actually kind of an issue. But, I've gotten good at it. I've gotten good at it to the point where playing spider solitaire kind of sucks now, because I've gotten too good at it. So now, I play more difficult spider solitaire. Nowadays it's like the only spider solitaire I can get myself to play. It used to be like, oh yeah, 4 suits. You know, that is like the challenge. That's like the challenge level. But I've played so much spider solitaire that 4 suits feels like child's play. And this is not a flex. This is like I've played too much, dear God. Why couldn't I have played less? I actually feel kind of bad about how much spider solitaire I've played. But Brain Age on the Nintendo 3DS has Spider Solitaire that is more difficult. And instead of, it's not 2 decks, it is 2.5 decks. And legitimately, yeah, if you want to make Solitaire harder, a lot of the time you can just add more decks. And depending on the game, it does make it harder. But I just, it's kind of like, I feel like everyone has that sort of game where it's like, you're feeling really bad and you need something to pick you up. Or like you're too depressed to do anything, so you're just gonna put on a game. My game is Spider Solitaire. Not the best thing to do in that time, but if it works, I'm gonna take another sip of my drink, real quick. I've consumed my mystery tea. I drank the entire thing, and I still could not tell you what that's supposed to taste like. Let me just make sure that this is set. I went to see while I was sipping my tea, like, what's the audio situation? Not good. Not... Okay. Let me check my mixer. It's very slight, but it'll... There we go. Oh god. I think my mixer just sucks. But I have... Here we go. That works. Okay. Everything's fixed. Okay. My mixer just kind of sucks, to be completely honest. It was the cheapest thing I got. I originally used this microphone with USB on my computer. I have to use an XLR cable because when I still lived with my family, my brother broke the cable. And I've kind of been devastated about that, but it's like, it includes an XLR cable. I can just use that. The cheapest mixer I could get was $75. So, granted it was quite an improvement, but for some reason it only works, I have like 0 sound if I get it below 9 out of 10 on the mixer. I think it's a problem with the mixer itself, but that is another thing entirely. Here's my little recreation. I think this was lower on what I was trying to reference. I think so. Yes. And then the little back shirt. I'm very trying to figure out what do I want for the sleeve length. Because I have here me decreased the size a little bit. Here I have a sort of Peter Pan collar. I have the button shirt, everything you could ever want. There we go. I'm thinking, you know what, long sleeves. I think that would be the cutest. But then you wouldn't see it. That's okay. It's long sleeve. There we go. I don't have to change anything. Yay. I feel like that's the easy way, like the cop out, but at the same time, I think long sleeves would legitimately look better. I'm trying to picture it with short sleeves, and unless I do something crazy with the colors where it would imply it's transparent, which would be cool. But could I pull it off? I'm not convinced I could. Aside from that, I genuinely think that long sleeve would look better. In my complete honest opinion. I really genuinely do. Okay, there we go, is that? No, specifically it is on the bottom here. It's have a very clear line of where it starts and ends. So it looks good, so it looks even better. Here we go. I feel like I've been trying to push through all the technical difficulties, but also like, yeah, it gets better, but then every time you try to adjust something and it's like, oh, here's another issue, and it's like, oh, okay, alright, alright. It's like the problem that doesn't end. Someday it will get less scuffed, and I will have obtained the knowledge, but that day is not today. Day is not today at all, at all. Is that... yeah, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Now, I think, you know what? Let me adjust this, let me put on... I had a second layer, okay. I specifically, like... I can work with that, I can work with that. I duplicate the layer, and then it didn't work in my favor, because that layer has somehow disappeared. But that is okay, that is okay. I've got this now, and that's what matters. Here we go. I go on my color layer. Me make sure it is all good. Yay, the colors, that's always the most fun part. The colors, the shading, the highlights, beautiful, amazing, stunning. I love it, I love it, I love it. I think the pink is actually kind of growing on me. It's like, yeah, it's just the sketch color, but God, I really like it. I really, 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 really like it. If I do figure this out, later in the week, I'll consider having it another time this week. Otherwise, if I cannot, I cannot. I'll see how things go. See how things go. I'm a little bummed out about all the technical issues, but I feel like recovering is also skill to be worked on, and I'm sorry. I feel bad about it. I have let me take another sip of my drink while I regain my thought. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. Part of me is like, I did tell myself I was gonna stream, and things didn't work out well, and part of me is like, my plans fell through, and am I dealing with it? Not as much as I should be. This might have to be a shorter one, and then I can just head back tomorrow, and either I will have it fixed or I will have something else planned. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Worst case scenario, I just end it a little bit early and do that. I mean, it'll be... I don't think things will be an issue, but if I do have to leave early, I'm just like because things have not been going as planned, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay, I have the little... oh, there we go. I have this here, The shoes, definitely, I want in the same blue. I quite like having color palettes that you can kind of just mix and match from. Where you kind of keep the same color for all the design. I'm a huge fan of that, personally. Because, like, yeah, it's easier to draw, but also I feel like it keeps everything together. More connected. I like having very similar colors on it. All of my character design experience is purely, I just do this because it looks good, and I figured out this looks good, so I've kept doing it. Promise nobody is bothered by you having understandable first-time mistakes. Okay, thank God, thank you for the kind words. I'm like... I feel like I should have been less frazzled at this point. I should have gone over it, but, you know. I truly had been testing that for like 2 hours. And it was supposed to work fine. And then it didn't, and it's like, okay, alright. So, I'm not... There's a bunch of things I can try it's just trial and error. It takes a bunch of time. But it will be done. It will be done. I can look into seeing how good the Wi-Fi is at setting up a sort of streamed connection from my 3DS to my computer, which I then would stream on. When I'd started it, I looked at what is the pitfall here, what is the issue, and it looked to be, oh, the RAM is like, those numbers are not good. Those numbers are not good. It's probably because I have my browser open to like see the chat, and like, you have a browser open, it takes up all your RAM. And everything was taking up, so I'm like, oh yeah, that's the issue. And then it didn't work, and I'm like, okay, there's another issue. I thought this was solved, it was not. But that's also tech issues as a whole, to be honest. I've been doing tech, I mean, I have 0 tech certifications, but I am the dedicated tech support for a surprising amount of people. I have definitely solved a lot of problems for people. To be honest, you come across an issue you don't know, you just look it up, and usually you can find a solution. A lot of the time, sometimes you can't, but a lot of the times there is a solution, and it's fairly easy. I actually have a story I was telling to a friend the other day. Usually when I give people tech support nowadays, I like to assume the least amount of knowledge possible on whoever, and it's not, I don't wish to be rude about it in any manner, but at the same time, it is because I've had some really weird technical issues people came with me about. In high school, I had this one friend who I had downloaded Honey Pop on his computer, the Match 3 porn game. And he came to me. And he's like, hey Victor, this doesn't open. I'm like, okay, I'll take a look at it. It worked on my computer, this is a little weird. And he was opening the zip file as an exe. And then, you know, the protocol is, of course, like explaining, this is what a zip file is, you have to extract it, here's what you use to extract it, etc, etc. That's like the normal standard, where you think, oh, this person would know this, they have a laptop, and then it's like, oh, okay, that was something I was not accounting for. Something that was very weird to me is not once, but twice, I've had people come to me like, hey Victor, my laptop isn't turning on. And if you were to ask me how much I can help you with tech support, I would say I'm more of a software guy than a hardware guy. And by that, I mean, I do not have the credentials to be doing either with any sort of confidence. But if it's a software issue, I can find a solution more often than not. If it's a hardware issue, see, that's a lot. I have a lot less understanding of that. Most of what I've learned with hardware issues has been actually when I bought my laptop. I learned a lot of things for the first time, and my hardware knowledge comes a lot from that, and then a lot of just, you gain random bits of knowledge by, oh, I have this random issue, and I need to solve it, and so you learn something new, and then you just keep doing it, and then suddenly you have this repository of knowledge that you can use to help other people with their tech support issues. But not once, but twice, I had someone come up to me, and they're like, hey Victor, my computer, my laptop in particular, it won't turn on. And I'm like, okay. Here are some things you can do. Here are some, like, you know, general diagnostics, like, does it not turn on at all? Is it, like, completely black? Or is it booting to something? You know, is it booting to the BIOS? Is it booting to a recovery screen? What is happening here? And not once, but twice, nothing was wrong with their laptop. It had no hard drive, and because of that, it had no Windows. And so, when they were telling me, hey Victor, my computer won't turn on, that was because they had no hard drive. There was nothing in it. One case was their hard drive fell out of their laptop, in which case it's like, oh, that's That's a bigger issue. That's a bigger issue. But definitely there was another case where genuinely I was like, how did this happen? What's going on here? What? It is an insane issue. Yeah. For it to happen once, and it's like, oh yeah, my hard drive fell out of my computer. Okay, that's cool. Twice? I'm having questions now. If it happens twice, I'm like, how does this happen? How is this an issue? What? What the fuck is happening to your laptop? What did you do? What actually did you do? So every time you think, oh, this cannot possibly be the issue, and you're trying to do tech support, if you ever think that, be surprised, because it can happen. It can happen. And it's not always user fault. It's not always user fault. It's not always like, oh, they did something fucking weird, and now this doesn't work. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. They did something weird, and now it caused the issue, but sometimes it is legitimately like, this is no one's fault. This is a faultless issue. It's just something weird happened out of nowhere because of the fault of, like, in this case, it would be the company that produced it. Would probably be the biggest issue, especially if it was a newer laptop. I think it was pretty new as well, which gives me questions. I think it was still under warranty and everything. But in that case, you would just kind of... It's the sort of thing, it happens. You're my... me? Me? Hold on. Oh my god. Holy shit. Thank you so much, Astro. Oh my god. I love it. I actually keep telling myself, I love how silly it is. Like, I just look at it and I'm like, oh my god, that's so silly. I'm obsessed. I love that. I feel like I need to get more silly. I feel like once you reach adulthood, you're just at a point where it's like, God, I wish I could be silly. And then when you get the chance, it's like, God, I need to keep being more silly. That really puts through the everything. I'm bad with words today. I love it. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I'm like, oh my god. Thank you. Sorry, I'm like emotional about it now. I am always really surprised when it happens, but every time I'm like, oh my god, me? For real? Oh my god. Thank you. I'm absolutely overjoyed. I think this is definitely not how, this is not how it looks on. My 3DS has been with the red flashing light, where it's like under 5% for quite a while, and it's still going, so we'll see how long I still have a reference for. I swear to god, this 3DS power actually lasts me past the stream. I'm gonna be shocked. Because the 3DS battery is notoriously, not great. Having a PS Vita actually surprises me because the battery is, like, insane. It's absolutely insane. Sleep mode, I've had it last in sleep mode for weeks before. I lost it once on the bus, and a friend picked it up from the bus's lost and found. Thank god. I was terrified of losing it, because I've had it for over a decade, right? And I was terrified of losing it, and so it's like, oh my god, thank you. And then we didn't see each other for another couple weeks. It was just at our house. It still had battery several weeks later. And like, she'd be playing it too. Like, it wasn't dead, it still had battery. It had been weeks. It had not been charged. And it's always so surprising when that happens. It's like, oh my god, wow, that's crazy. I didn't know it could do that. So it continues to shock me, the power that the PS Vita battery has. The 3DS in exchange is always not the greatest, but maybe it's not the greatest because there are better things than it. Okay, What is going on here? Here we go, here we go, here we go. That's fine enough. I'll take that, I'll take that, I'll take that. A good enough color, fairly early on. Trying to color pick. Oh, it's too dark, actually. But this is gonna be... Okay. It's a great exercise in color picking. One of these days that's gray. One of these days you would think I would just put up my colors on screen. I need it as like... I really, really need to get it on Windows. Just my colors, so I never have to worry about color picking. I can just pick that up, just kind of open that up, and then all the colors I need are right there. But that is... I did say I would set that up, and then I had not intended to stream art again until Thursday. So, okay, this is the color. Yes, yes. Yes. I feel like you say once, it's normal. You say yes twice, it feels like you're Timmy and Tommy from Animal Crossing. I will say, I was fairly disappointed with New Horizons. I didn't really like it. I came from New Leaf on the 3DS. I got it back when Club Nintendo was a thing. It was a Club Nintendo reward. I miss Club Nintendo. Like, they have things now, but the rewards, like, they're cool. But back in the day, the rewards were so cool. I really miss it. I really miss it. And they had games, like literally Animal Crossing New Leaf was free because my brother had enough points from buying things. But part of it is definitely because I had played the previous title, but it doesn't hit as well. I was fairly disappointed with it. I did actually buy it when it first released. I bought it when it first released. I had been gifted some money at the time. I'd been saving up that gifted money, and I went in and I bought it, and then everything happened. The rest is history. Okay, this is looking kind of right. Let's see. I'm thinking this for some stockings. Yeah, that definitely works. And it's a darker blue than would usually happen in Sweet Lolita, but it looks nice. And it's a sort of thing where it's like, you don't see much like this in actual life, but you see a lot of this in Style Savvy. So, I'm fairly content with this. Let's pick that. There we go. I wonder if there's any designs I can do on the side. That would be very fun. That would be very fun. I do wonder what sort of design would work best here. I feel like going with the theme over here. The heart was not intentional with this, actually. It's just like, oh yeah, that would look good. That would look good. And then it looked better than I could have anticipated. Oh, that's not gonna work together. Okay. The one I'm seeing on my reference is pink with hints of brown. I think blue and gray would be fairly comparable. I think that would work out well. Sort of a lighter gray. Yeah, definitely, for sure. Okay. Yeah, I think that's definitely a lot better. That's very comparable. Oh my god. Okay, yay, I'm doing it. That's all I could wish for. Then, fix up some things. I think this outfit, all in all, is going quite well, if I may say so myself. I am quite happy with it. Okay, that's... yeah. The skin is still kind of... Here we go. Is this the skin layer? Yes. That's kind of gray. That was not my intention. Let's see. Can you see the color? You cannot see the color picking window, but I can. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm like, this, this is what I wanted to do dress up with today. Here we go. That's definitely more color. Yes, there we go. There we go. I'm like rubbing my hands together and laughing evilly. Like, hee my evil plan has worked. Skin color that looks like skin. Okay. There we go. There we go. I feel like I feel like I've had too many streams this past little while where it's like, oh, this is not worked out. Like, I intended to be, oh no, oh my god, but I'm sorry. I will admit, I am terrible at, oh no, something goes wrong. It's like it messes me up, and I've not been recovering from it, and it's been quite a while. So here's my little art for today. I hope you like it. I'm gonna sign off today. Yeah. This is not my best work. This is not my best work. Am I going to post the VOD? Probably eventually, but I feel like I'm definitely gonna edit it a lot before, which I don't normally do. I normally just post VODs to YouTube just as is. But thank you. I'm so glad you'll like it. Thank you so much. I will, if I am able to, I will sneak in something for tomorrow. No idea what time, but I'll get that figured out because I want some catch up from this. I don't want this to be what I was doing this week. I will try to get that fixed. If not, well, I'll put it on the schedule for another week, and I'll make sure I'll only put it on the schedule once I've gotten that fixed, I guess is the lesson here. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much for coming. I'm gonna end the stream. I hope your night is good. I hope your day is good. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.